Okay, it's time to finally tackle this one. Might as well give it the preface of all prefaces. We're going to be redoing Mongolia, and as we did before, we're only allowed to use horses. They're the only offensive unit we're allowed. We can have support, but that support can't have, say, artillery in it. It's rough, it's pretty damn rough, but what can you do? It's kind of fun in a way. What isn't so fun is that, as I said, I lost a bet, and the bet was... well, we don't need to go over the exact details, but for losing it, I have to redo this Mongolia thing, but name all of my horses after My Little Ponies. Now, I have never seen My Little Pony. I don't know what it's about. Apparently something about friendship and magic. But I've been given a list of no fewer than 37 of these four-legged freaks to name my horses after. It starts with Derpy Hooves and ends with Caramel and Time Turner, so it's a colourful bunch, I'm sure. Well, let's get on with it. We go in single player, starting in 36. I mean, there was no real stipulation other than do Mongolia and name them after My Little Pony things. So yeah, this is Mongolia, as I know and love it. Might as well do Iron Man. Historical mode, why not? And My Little Mongolia. Warfare. It's magic. Let's do this. So I have not played Hearts of Iron 4 in quite some time, it must be said. In fact, last serious campaigns I did were shortly after release. So it stands to reason that I'm going to be pretty bloody awful at this. So I'm not all that sure. Well, there's a lot of things I'm not all that sure about. So basically what I'm saying is backseat gaming A-okay, because I'm going to have very little clue what's going on here. First things first though, I'm going to have to rename these, because the 5P Moret Divzin is not quite the name we're looking for here. No, this needs to be called the Derpy Hooves. Man, these are so stupid. So freaking stupid. This one is Twilight Sparkle. And who's this freak then? Rarity. That's not a name. I guess if we manage to hit the end of these lists without the monk giving us new ones, then we'll be taking people's own horsey names. From what I understand, this show has some kind of cult following of man-children. Rainbow Dash. Weren't you in that Mega Man clone that we were playing? And then there's this one, Fluttershy. More like Fluttershy. No, let's not go down that path. Let's try to keep this family friendly. Okay, Mongolia. What do I know about it? Not that much. Jake, how many bits per fake it? Now I lost a bet. It's only reasonable that I actually do what I put up on my side of the bargain here. So there have been quite a lot of changes to Hoi since release. We're on version. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course we're playing Iron Man. Well, it's version 1.3.3 if my memory isn't totally failing me. A lot of changes, many of them I do not know at all. Because, hey, keeps track of this sort of stuff. But I might as well start off with what I always like to start off. Get that research time down, that production efficiency cat. Right up. Jake, you need to get a coast. Lead those ponies onto transports and let Japan sink them. Now that would be letting history repeat itself. And the AI, from what I understood, is quite a bit improved, so I probably won't be able to just wrap around them easily. We have a civilian factory that's free. I think straight away we don't want to have that civilian factory free. We're gonna need steel, plenty of steel. Give it to me. We will not be able to construct buildings. That's okay, because, hey, we can't construct buildings anyway. We have no space for them. And fortifications, well, who really cares? But just in case we somehow end up with the ability to get some. Where's that worthless capital of ours? Here we go. It's our only victory point. Yes, I know the buttons on which I click. There you go. Have a couple of them. We'll never get those built in any reasonable time, I'm sure. Jake, wrong direction. Soviets first. Okay, we do still start in their faction, which is great. But I want Shanxi dead because they have 13 million population that I want to press into our invincible magical pony armies. It's already called the Rainbow Shade, and, well, that's actually pretty good. Wait, Rainbow Shade? You are Rainbow Shade? Well, yeah, if you say so. We'll call you Magical Task Force 1. That's better, better name than Army. Army sounds way too aggressive for all of this. So yeah, I need to reiterate that I'm going to be a whole heap of pants at this. But what can you do? So we need to produce infantry equipment. Unfortunately, it's just basic stuff, but that'll have to do. When we get more factories, we'll be having more of that. And good. The lack of resources isn't hurting us that much, but I'd still rather have it than not. The general names are part of Zwer's mod. Yeah, good going, Zwerbum. Now, I would love to start a national focus, but I would also love to crush Shanxi as fast as possible. And conquering them will cost us 50 political power. So we're going to hold off because as long as nothing's changed on that effect, this would take 70 days of political power. You know, as best I remember it, it's been a while. Alright, let's hop to it. Or should we clop to it? No, that's probably terrible. People are asking, or one person is asking for the music to go down just a tiny bit. We have the power to do that. There we go, but that was just a tiny bit. Alright, so our units are going to move into position and start making their plan, and as soon as we have the 50 points we need, we're going to start our justification. Because we got to bring down Shanxi. I want that population. I want it badly. Oh no. No, maybe there's things we want even more badly. No. No, I will not accept this. You get out of here. We have seen the last of you. Get away. Get the hell away. We are stronger now. We have beaten Stronghold 3. We don't need to see the Wolf's Mug anymore. Go away and never return. Bloody Stronghold. That game damaged me. Alright, with no further interruptions. As soon as I get that 50 power, we're going to nail these guys to the cross. Maybe that isn't a very pony thing to say, but what do I know? We're going to justify that war goal. We want your province, we want it badly, and with that underway now we can start a national focus. I'm going to want to be getting my... I'm so used to C being confirmed, I should talk to Podcat about that. Did they always glow like this as well? That's kind of cool. I would like you guys to exercise, so get on with that. I'm just not sure if... okay, so... I don't think numbers have been changed here at all. I might be completely wrong. There'll be people watching this who are far, far more well-versed in Hearts of Iron than I could ever be. I'm sure they'll keep me right. Wow, I was actually dipping into negative PP. Don't like my PP going down that far. But really, not a whole lot for us to do except for sit back and smell the coffee. It'll be 250 days when we can invade Shanxi. Now, one thing I did notice is that if you want to set up another justification, it's 50% more expensive both in time and political power. So we're not super keen on doing that until we finish Shanxi. Remilitarization, that's wonderful. Anything that gets that world tension meter sky high. Now, I don't know if the mechanics around... oh, that's good. If the mechanics around China have changed at all, if these guys are going to automatically become part of China. I don't know. With all this Mandate of Heaven stuff, I've been dealing quite a bit with China, but in a different time frame. Speaking of which, that's finally been unveiled, hasn't it? Mandate of Heaven for EU4 coming soon. looking forward to that. It's been quite a bit of work, quite a bit of very enjoyable work getting that ready. Which is more, I've been playing it quite a bit in my free time as well, and after that going back to 119 is, it's a little painful, just a little. Now, one thing I also noticed in the build is that you can rename your equipment here, and that stuff doesn't sound right at all, so why don't we call these things apple pies? It works as well. That's kind of cool. Alright, well, we're setting up more than I think we're ever going to need, so let's start training a division. We barely have manpower as it is, but that'll have to do. Jake, is there any promo video or something about the Mandate of Heaven DLC? Yes, there is a trailer out for it. Not a gameplay trailer, just a, is that what they call a mood trailer? I don't know, I'm not well versed in lingo. I like to say things as I see them. Krebzig says that Diplo macro builder feature looked intriguing. Well, actually says intriguing, which probably means much and such the same. Yes, it is. I know all about it, but I'm keeping mum until we start writing about it. So the start is never all that fire and thunder for good old Mongolia. Maybe there's a way to make it that way, but not that I'm aware of. What I really want though is some proper gun, so let's get that. It makes such a difference between the regular apple pies and whatever we're going to be calling these. How much of a difference, you may ask? Well, look at that, 50% more breakthrough, double the hard attack, double the soft attack. It must be those grenades. Defense is one thing or another, and the relative production cost makes it... yeah, it's a no-brainer. Fantastic Deer says, looks like you can't build infantry at all. That's correct. I mean, oh, we could actually add some. Interesting. But no, the only thing we're allowed to put here are cavalry. The only thing we're allowed to put here is, well, actually most things, just not artillery. So there's not much point in us even researching it. Maybe we will if we get so far that we can keep doing that. So one thing that I should probably keep in mind is how many factories I can have before I start losing out here. 30% of them have to go away. So I might be able to build another one and get away with it. I don't know. Guess we're about to find out. Because I would really hate to lose my one remaining civilian factory, since I kinda need that to trade for the iron or the steel that I use to produce my apple pies. Sounds delicious. Rename the division, Jake. Oh, yeah, I forgot just how deep this goes, doesn't it? So... mobile division. The thing is, I don't know anything about My Little Pony, so I don't know what the right names for this would be, but... I don't know why they love apples so much, but they do. Alright, I want that 150 pony power, because that'll allow me to get a half-decent amount of population pressed. Although maybe there's a better law to pass, I don't know. Like partial mobilization, actually allowing me to have some... ooh, that's all horrible. That would be a lot better. What would be better, partial mobilization or a different recruitment law? I'll pass it to you guys, because hey, I don't know any better. I'm just staring down Shanxi right now, thinking how to destroy them. Jake, rename it to Rainbow Raiders. That's brilliant. Done and done right. General Secretary Celestia, angered by the Shanxi posturing. Didn't think someone that divine could get angry, but there you go. Right, you guys are all exercised up. Good. Get your organization back. 70 is not bad, but I highly doubt you have the breakthrough just being what you are. You definitely need manpower, but shouldn't you start claiming? Already did. Yeah, not having enough units is pretty deadly, so I think we should already extensively conscript our population. That way we can get so many more of you guys on the go. We're gonna need them all. And the thing is, what good are our factories if we don't have the people to fill the ranks? Of course, other way around, what good are people if we don't have guns to give them? So I guess our next bit of pony power will go on towards getting better factories, or better out of our factories. At least barely equipped units can still be useful for deploying and encircling, whereas guns on their own can't march. Alright, I'm pretty sure if I get this next one I'm going to have no factories left, so I'm going to have to start thinking about civilian factories or going down another path. Such as political effort, which would always be very welcome. I never put any thought into what ideology we're going to be going down. Certainly wouldn't be neutrality, but let's go down this way. I want me some factories. Jake, research nukes. If we get that far, I would love to have the Mongolian nuclear program. I would also love to start justifying these war goals, but jings those prices. And they have an advisor that's making it really expensive to do. That's unfortunate. To the point where I probably should have just done it earlier if I'd known they were going to get them. Foreign subversive activity efficiency minus 30%. Well, did that always do that? Well, what do I know, but not that. Oh, nice. We make so much manpower. We can get another unit if we really wanted to, but we barely have the guns to equip what we have right now. But soon, very soon, better guns will be ours. Jake, go down the fascist line. You'll need the horsepower. But then Black Bisa is saying horses are democratic. I'm not sure I can get behind that. You know, 7% manpower over our 780 recruitable core population. Man, that's so bad. I wonder if the manpower has been tweaked at all. Like, if I strolled in here and took these almost 13 million people, would it still be like, oh yeah, you can only have 2% of them? I don't know. Yeah, the rest of the world is just busy building their bonfires rather than setting fire to them, so we don't have to worry too much right now. Dispersed industry has been bulked up quite a bit, but the wonderful thing about this build is we're not going to be switching our factories around a lot. So it's probably better just to go concentrated right now. It's not like we're going to be jumping between tanks and all here. Outdated equipment in position. Okay, so these apple pies are no longer good enough. What we need to do are produce some apple flapjacks. That's what the doctor ordered. Kiss goodbye that efficiency. Never needed it to begin with. Besides, it grows quite nicely. Alright, justification done already. How are we looking for units to go strolling in and kick them in the teeth? Well, I forget how this part works. You get out there. And then I would love to have the rest of these barely functional units available to go and kick these guys' asses. And also, unfortunately, they seem to have raised a bit of an army themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. That might be difficult for me to deal with. I don't want to get trounced straight away, but they have between 4 and 6. And I'm pretty sure I'm looking at all of them. Maybe I should... What if we do something like this? That's a bit better. I mean, they don't need full training, do they? Just go out there And then I guess you're bottom of the rank right now. Okay, excellent. Thing is, I don't fancy my chances attacking these guys with my utterly pathetic divisions. Desert's only a bit of attrition though. We'll give it the old college try. Once at least we get our everything in place. Oh jeez, a lot of these guys are green as well. That's not going to be so hot. Alright, with that we should be able to get our next military factory without suffering on the iron. I keep calling it iron, I know it's steel, but that doesn't stop me from making a mistake. Alright guys, get your everything. I wonder if it wouldn't be worth actually inviting these guys in, so that it'd be easier to encircle them. But they tend to be alright at recognizing an encirclement. I don't know, we could try and push. With enough of these, we should be able to plow through their pathetic 8 to 17 infantry. That's scary. These are 4 to 8, 3 to 4. I don't like the look of this at all. Time to hoof it, Jake. Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to call my allies, because that would be lame. Let's go for it, and whilst that's going, I should probably start justifying on you. It's not going to be so expensive now, although I don't like that 30% cost. It's not like you guys have a lot of resources for me, but you do have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A decent population that I want to be chewing into, in a sense. This could backfire and just waste me a whole load of political power. I don't know. But we're going to start on it anyway. So what do our friends do? They actually attack us straight away. Thankfully, we're defending in mountains and desert, and don't like how they're considered to be... Yeah, their combat width is scary compared to ours. It would be nice to have individually much stronger units, but we certainly do not have that. Yeah, I wonder if the tactically better thing to do would be just to invite them into our country. Jake, don't be Philly, just dig into them. The Soviet Union wants to join in with our war. Well, too bad. This is my war. It was made for me. Sorry, buddy, you're in multiple conflicts. You won't make it. Now, they managed to pull up quite a few units faster than I remember when I played this before. Yeah, you guys are not going to manage that, I rather think. Is this where I forget how to do the what's it attack? That's it. Or is this where they pull out a whole load of units from nowhere and then really kick me in the teeth? Oh well, at least the game's telling me that I'm doing okay. They'll run out of organization and or bodies eventually. And then we'll get these guys coming on in land lease. They wish to provide us a whole bunch of stuff. Well, who am I to say no? Who am I to say no? But I don't want these people joining my wars. Cavalry is, in my opinion, too gimped in game, says Warbaum. Well, you would think that. You're Polish. You can't not think that cavalry is gimped. Alright, go with your pathetic attack abilities here. And same with you. The time has come. we're essentially just keeping these guys tied up with this, even if it's a battle that we're not really going to be winning. So how are we on that land lease? Actually, where can I see land lease? That would also be handy to know. I have no clue. Well, we probably don't need a clue. Landsolve is asking about the mod that I'm using. It's just a portrait and localization mod. Oh, wonderful. Right, I'm tempted to start working on superior firepower so that our cavalry actually gets just a little bit better. Takes a long time, but hey, we're probably going to need it where we're going. There's a lot of things we're going to need, like the enemy not summoning any more units. Summoning? Jeez, maybe that's not the right terminology. Jake, you a Soviet puppet or just an ally? We're just in the same faction, nothing more to it than that. Spanish Civil War has begun, flaring up that world tension. We're not one to worry about that. I don't like how we're not really winning on this front though. I think us bringing in more here is helping too much, but if I just break through I can happily encircle the others. So I'm keen to throw everything I can onto this whilst keeping the others relatively busy. Unfortunately, you are just getting trounced there and you need to reorganize a bit. And it's not like the enemy is losing that much in the way of their equipment either. Alright, well, we can break through. We'll make it some way, somehow. You got that right, Jake. All games are wrong because not all cavalry have giant metal wings. Okay, I spy some retreat. Let's hope the other one follows suit. He's got a lot of defense there. Curse their experience. But hey, we've gained quite a bit of skill just from this engagement. As it should be. He's got between 5 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and with the 6th one having ran away. Let's hope that's all there is to it. See no reason not to just keep going down this way. Although part of me is really wondering, would it not be better just to let them somewhat into my country? Damn you, Tanatuva, I could have done with those equipments. Well, these battles are going less than stalwart. Doesn't really feel like I'm winning here. Feels like quite the opposite. Oh boy, they fairly reinforced there, didn't they? Yeah, that I don't like. That I don't like at all. I also don't like how I am neglecting the core part of this, which is that these guys have got to be renamed. We got Applejack. We got Pinkie Pie. Sorry, these names are just stupid. Spike. Well, that's kind of believable. And then we've got... I can't use Celestia, that's our Grand Ruler. I'll go with Luna though. Better note that one on my old list here. Okay, so this war is going tragically bad. They're pulling out more units than I even have, and my units are horribly gimped cavalry. Perhaps a bit of a fallback would be for the better here. You know, simply allow them into my country. And then just use that opportunity to wrap around them. That's if they fall for it, though. Don't know if they'll buy that, but this is not a line that I'm holding. Time for your glorious retreat, guys. And don't let yourselves get cut off there. You know, I couldn't have justified any faster, so I'm wondering what I've done wrong. I think they could probably build up faster than us with their everything as well. Well, what do I know? Time for Papa Joe to come help you. I have no idea what you're... Oh, Papa Jojo! Oh, now that's a different story. I seem to be completely out of manpower, but I almost have these guys completely ready to rock and roll. You need to get away from there. And as soon as they give me the opportunity to, pow! Because the one thing we have going for us, it's not a whole lot, but it's something, is that we are faster. And we are ponies. Which means we are, what? The great and powerful Trixie. This is kind of disgusting, you know? And then we have Gilda. And then another bloomin' apple. It's Apple Boom. Can you really have so many meaningful characters? Maybe I'm missing out on something big and deep here. Okay, you're going to be out of there shortly. A day. A few days. Opportunity knocks. Better answer the door. Not rarity, but the rest of you go there. You keep that guy kind of holed up, even though it's probably going to be a bit horrible for you. I wonder if the old hold and crush technique still works. Lovely. I'll never see it coming. Right, hopefully I won't need so many here, so it would be nice to get some more to come funneling in. So if I can cut these suckers off, then that's everything good. Apple Bloom Jake with an L. Nah, sounds better like Apple Boom. Alright, if I get these two, then I have these guys cut off. But I'm going to have to hold down all of them. I'll take it. But that means you don't need to be there. It also means that this can be like that and all as well. I should have invited these guys in from the start. Of course, I run the own risks on myself here, but if they're cut off, then everything should be okay. Shouldn't you be getting in there like I told you to? Well, it would be so me to completely forget about that. Alright, we have two of you, then I want one of you to continue the march. Because that, with a bit of luck, is all of them. 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. Depends if they produce more out of thin air. Need to just keep these guys wrapped up. No, they're on their offensive into us. Probably because he knows that we're attacking them there. Which means this offensive is going to fail horribly. But with that, we have them relatively cut off, so we might just be able to watch them starve. Probably going to take a wee while for them to be out of supply. I should actually probably check. Yeah, that was totally not the right one. There we go. No supply. Smoke it. And I knew I was right from the very start. Why did I even hesitate? Okay, I just have to hope they don't bring in more. And how about we squeeze every penny? There we go. By the way, Jake, all your new rifles are going to divisions in training instead of the battlefield. You realize I have nobody in training. And probably not enough. Yeah, what a horrible deficiency of apple flapjacks, I believe I called them, because I have memory. Okay, there is no actual resources for them to, not resources, no reasonable supply for them to even find here. Just make a beeline for the capital and pray that there's nobody there. I don't know how much this has been tweaked up. If it, sorry, it controls 95, it will capitulate when they're 30% or less. This one is worth 3, so there's quite a lot of work to be done with actually occupying. That's not going to be so easy. I don't want to kind of gimp myself too much here, but I should do this at least. As long as I know that I'm safe here, and I can keep my eyes on the others anyway. Okay, so you are going super slow because of the everything. I probably shouldn't have taken the path that goes across the river twice. That was a bit daft. But you're much of the way into it, so just keep on trucking. And I hope that this this line of mine holds. You're a little surplus to requirement standing there with 2, but I need to be able to move and stop them from cutting me off as well. Pajama Llama says, what was the bet about? So I had a multiplayer game of Hearts of Iron 4 quite some time ago, and I said that if a certain player capitulates before me, whoa now! I'm sure I had good reason for moving all of you guys there, but I need quite a chunk of you right there, please. And you will be there to keep these guys in position. Now again, I've put you across the river twice, haven't I? Maybe I should just grab all of this before heading back. Might take a wee while. But hey, we live dangerously. Yeah, so, I mean, I figured I, as Hungary, would never dream of capitulating before, say, Albania. But then Romania was next to me, and Romania really had it in for me after I destroyed them in a previous multiplayer. So, go figure. Friends close, but enemies closer. I got steamrolled by Romania, capitulated way early, and yeah, that was the end of that. Okay, they are starting to get super strangled here. I'd love to move in for the kill, but there's no need to lose unnecessary lives now, is there? And just let them enjoy having no anything. We can just watch it, it's like our own little zoo. Now again, I'm doing the whole crossing the river malarkey. How about we don't do that? Oh, snap. Holy crap. You might think you can't keep a good horse down. Well, let's not get complacent here. Once you're back, everything should be better, though. That game did not go according to plan. It certainly did not. But hey, live with your mistakes, and if you make a bet, own up to it. I see really no reason not to just keep going with infrastructure effort and all that. They made a chunk into Mongolia, but it's not going to be chunky enough. Victory is ours. Hopefully. There'll certainly be more. I should have just let them in from the start. The one thing Mongolia has going for it is that it's just a freaking wasteland. I'll have these guys cut off completely, and they have no hope. That is until they recruit a whole bunch more units, and then I feel like a right dolt. Also, this is really not quite necessary there. And these guys should be toast if we just give them a little push. Wonderful. That's not how lines work. I gotta be careful not to get myself cut off here, but that should be fine. Okay, so you finish your thing and then you're strategically redeploying back there, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to finish these guys off for good. Also, how are we looking on... okay, we do have free civilian factories, so I need to speak to Big Papa and say, give me more steel, please. We need a lot more guns. Incidentally, we need a lot more population. Oh man, more river crossing shenanigans. Well, we'll have these guys done and done right very soon. It feels so good to just cut people off. And you two should probably be unassigned from this. Oh, some of you weren't assigned to begin with, were you? Alright, so tragic losses to much of our everything, but at least we've pretty much won now. Famous last words, most likely. By the way, Jake, any plans for the weekly one-shot tomorrow? Well, it'll be happening, that much is a given. All too easy. All their states are ours. And that's the last anyone will ever know of Shanxi. Also, that equipment. That beautiful equipment. Type 88s. But what level of infantry equipment is it? That I'd like to know. Oh well, I guess I'm not privy to that kind of knowledge. And that means we can bring in even more units. Now, Shebe worry me ever so slightly. They also have quite a lot of units, but I might be able to do much and such the same to them. Whatever the case, let's line up a front line and prepare. Plans are worthless, but planning invaluable. So they got 2.12 million, and I get minus 98% for non-core state. Always makes me quite sad, but then I am a player of miners. I can't remember if planes were available. Were we allowed to use planes last time? I'm pretty sure it only applied to land units. After all, how else could we, you know, get people into places? Alright, everybody get on that. The Magical Task Force 1, led by Rainbow Shade, gotta do what they gotta do. Pegasus, Jake. Alright, I mean, can these pony things fly? Are they like that donkey out of Shrek? A plane is pretty much just a big falcon. It's a falcon, Richard. Alright, we're only halfway towards getting our claim on Shibe, sadly. I'd love to start another one, but we're not exactly dripping with PP. Maybe I should have gone for you. You'd be the softer target from what I can see. Don't you also normally join the Comintern kinda quickly? Ongoing justifications would make this last even longer. 50% longer, I'd be faster getting in there. Overall, if I started now, but they really don't have much. They have no steel for me. They have utterly worthless chromium, because I'm not going to be building heavy Pegasus tanks. Dr. Nitro says, eating free dinner after work and watching Jake play with ponies. This is the life. Well, it's some kind of life. I might disagree with the standards of it. Okay, so what do I know about your divisions? 3 to 5? So it's probably 4 infantry divisions on those. I don't play with every nation, so I'm not privy to the details there. We barely have any army experience. I would actually quite like to have you guys on your own exercising. Don't want the others to chew up the equipment, even though I would love the army experience, because we got to fill up this. Also, those Type 88s that we got. Oh, the huge manatee. Do votes really change anything? Of course not. Where are those Type 88s? who got them? Maybe the people we have in training were the ones that used them. I don't know. There's too much I don't know. Jake, is that a gap in their lines? Yes, and it's one I'd love to exploit, but we can't just declare war right now. I mean, I would just pour right in with this and spread out and have them bent over and promptly spanked, but can't do that right now. Also, nobody's shed some light, or if they have, I didn't see it, about what happens with China when they do their whole reunification thing. Oh, hell yes, I want that factory output. Is there anything else that I want more? Radios won't help me. Some of this will help me. Tanks and artillery probably won't help me. Doctrine will, but we're on that. Yeah, I just like getting that industry concentrated. As we all know, Mongolia is a heartland of civvy and military production facilities. I don't really feel I need another commander. Do need some national foci though. 2 civvy factories is lovely, but not nearly as lovely as getting that extra research slot. Recht nu. So we'll go for that. Let's try and not go full Scottish while we're at it. Jake, 88s are basic guns from 1888. That's why they're called 88s. Thank you, Gurgle1. I'm glad somebody is in the know, although that's terrifying. Wasn't there more log stuff added to this game? I would love to have my eyes on that. But, like I said, I don't play much Hoi, so in fact I've not really given it much much looking over since our earlier campaigns as the likes of Mongolia and Bhutan. God, I love you, Bhutan. That run wasn't so gimp because we got to enjoy something other than just ponies. But hey, the great and powerful Trixie. As long as Gilda and Apple boom, they've got it in them. We can make it, maybe. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the last time we were playing this, it all went really downhill when I think I was fighting China or Japan, and I thought my goose was cooked and I just kind of ran away. Oh nice, stability in the Soviet Union is something we kind of need right now. And then miraculously the AI turned it around for me. Okay, volatile situation. China not giving in to demands here. It's going to be war soon, but that's what worries about me about Shibe-san-ma. It's probably not going to be great for us. Having more research though, that's great. Also spending our points on something. Service by requirement is nice, since I really need that population, and I double down on it with that. Not that I have the guns to be giving them, or do I? I kinda do. Output reduction is horrible, but let's face it, at this point we just need more horses. And that's very much my thoughts when it comes to this. More horses. Even though I love this guy because he gives you experience gain passively. Alright chat, what do you think would be better? Service by requirement for us? Or play the long game with a military theorist? It's in your hands. Jake, get a puppet and draft their entire population. Having not actually played around with that stuff, I don't know how it works. Okay, people don't want us to have an army here. I think that's a great idea going for this guy. Oh well, can't undo what's done. We're playing Iron Man here. I'll just check those achievements. What do I do with you guys? I'm not sure if it's worth me adding you to something existing. Oh, no, I can add you to... okay, I thought that might work. Ah, yes, of course I gotta click this first. Oh, shame it doesn't work like that. Hmm? Am I mistaken? Well, obviously. I'm sure my lack of ability to use these things is very frustrating for viewers. Too bad. There we go. Alright, so the new ones that we got in, who desperately need new names, even though Rainbow Raiders is a great one. We now have Scootaloo. And we got Sweetie Belly. Or Sweetie Belle. Or Cassis Bell. Remember when I used to say Cassis Belli? Good times. Cadence, probably short for decadence. And then there's what? Bab's Seed? That sounds filthy. Well, who am I to judge? Jake, just select the divisions you want to add to plan and click with control on the plan itself. Control, that's what I was looking for. Okay, we've got our superior firepower that will make us fight just a bit better. This next one is actually useless because leg infantry will give me nothing. So I should find something else to research. Support weapons would help, you know, by 2% for my cavalry, so maybe there's something better I can do. Like giving some radios to my people. Or letting them construct fast. No, that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Used to be a nice bug where you could go down all of these trees at once. I do kind of wish my people had support equipment, but we probably won't be building any of that for a while. No, well, our people need to be 2% better anyway. But this is going to be finished very soon. I don't think you people have time for much more anything.